Well, would you look at that? Victoria 3 is on sale up to 70% off. You should definitely buy it. But I don't know why nothing shows as on sale for me. So I guess it's not on sale for me. But maybe it's on sale for you and you should get it right now because there's been a brand new announcement on Monday, March 31st. So it wasn't April 1st. But still, could have been, should have been maybe. But we're talking about the Dev Diary of 144, the announcement of Charters of Commerce and Expansion Pass number 2. We're off to a great start. Basically, they just present the brand new mechanic pack that will be included in the new expansion pass.
Everyone needs something. If trade will be the engine that powers the years to come, then goods will be the fuel.
I kind of actually enjoyed Trader. It's it looks like one of these 90s CGI Trader, which is quite incredible, honestly. So nice to look at. I mean, remind me of good old games that were actually enjoyable and fun and not just cookie clickers. Definitely, people complain a lot about why is there no military rework on Victoria 3, and there has been a few military rework on Vic 3. The problem is that all of them pretty much don't solve what most people are raising as an issue. Amelioration that were brought into the game are not so bad, but the main problem I find with Vic 3 military system is not the ends off, it's how easy it is to exploit. There's been a few occasions where it became quite obvious there's easy ways to do things. Like in the first version of Vic 3, you could launch multiple naval invasion at the same time at the same square, and you'd eventually get like a uncontested landing. Now in the game, there's a somewhat easy to exploit thing going on, that you can make a lot of generals with one cavalry unit and like one main fighting force. You just send the fighting force in and then you spam a lot of single cavalries, and usually they will be able to take some land without any fight. And even worse, you could probably conquer an entire nation and force the ongoing battle to just disappear. So that's my main gripe with the military system right now. It's still enjoyable. I still like the game. Sadly, for some of you, it gave me a lot of playtimes. Of course, it's not the same quality of playtimes as I had with Victoria 2, because with Victoria 2, even 10 years later, 15 years later, how long it's been? It's been so long. Will be like 15 years soon. Even with that, I never quite truly master Victoria 2. There was always something, something more to find, something more to discover. It was Uncharted. There wasn't like a million YouTubers making strategy guides for Victoria 2. Even today, there's still not that much people making content. And when there is, usually it's like modded content, so there's no true vanilla exploitation. It's like the vanilla game is dead. The modifications are thriving for Victoria 2. Even now, I still go back in the game and there's just something about Victoria 2. Like one element that, while Victoria 3 being very enjoyable, is just not able to emulate. In Victoria 2, you actually felt like a nation taking over things and asserting your sphere of influence and control. You had multiple tools to do so, while in Victoria 3, it generally just feels like clicking constructions. Like a lot of times, it's just waiting around for whatever XYZ resource to finish stacking up or invasion to finish launching, while clicking around in the construction, maybe sometime in the market to do trades, but most of the time we'll just be lining up construction, which I don't know. It's enjoyable. That's the problem. I actually quite like that type of gameplay. I guess I'm just getting old, but yeah, I can understand why people are frustrated with Victoria 3, especially with the military that's really hands off. You can still do a lot. But generally, I understand the complaints that most people have, but today, no, they're not fixing the military. They're actually fixing the world market to go more like Victoria 2, which I think it's a good thing. Let's just take a quick overlook at what they actually say they will be doing with this mechanic pack in this new expansion pack. And now it's getting so weird trying to understand how the DLCs are working. So I just call them DLC bunch. And I guess they also explain later a bit how these DLCs will be working. So we'll take a look at that. All right, so what will be included with the Charter of Commerce Mechanic Pack or DLC? Like trade charters, which from my understanding will allow your companies to build and expand in foreign nations, and then the goods they will produce from whatever factories or primary resource collecting building they build will be available through the world market. So you don't have to sphere the whatever country you're building your rubber farms in. You'll just be able to purchase it out of the world market at a very cheap rate, I assume. In any way, most of the money will be coming back to your company. So, it's not like we're trying to change anything here. Investment charters, which is interesting. I assume they will somehow be into foreign nation and allow you to siphon their money, maybe show them how corruption works in the West. So these uncivilized, unpure nation will be able to steal their taxpayers' money too. And then we have colony charters, which is probably the most interesting charter out of them all. It makes it possible for company to run a colonial region and turn them in a country in progress. So that's like how British East India Company appears in the game, right? So it is inside the game, but that will be like the logical way on how it got there. So that also include the Java region with Netherlands. I don't remember how they called the country. I guess East India something. The VOC, I believe, in Dutch. Do they even speak Dutch in the Netherlands? I guess so. And then we'll have industry charters that grant companies the ability to expand producing other goods, which it's not evident what it means that it's doing. But anyway, we'll also have monopolies that will boost the efficiency of certain buildings and grant companies exclusive right to certain industry. Diplomatic treaties that will allow us to negotiate fair and unequal arrangements. Please make sure to always use these two words, right? Negotiate fair and unequal arrangement, should not be or, with other countries. Expand upon treaties added in update 1.9, including non-colonization agreements. And we will have prestige goods. So successful company can produce better quality goods. So champagne will be a variant of wine. Let's just quickly wrap up what's going on here. So I don't know if the companies will be changing too much. I assume they will be a massive overhaul in how companies work, because right now they're quite boring. It's just like a flat bonus whenever you reach like a minimum configuration of buildings in a region. You can build a company and they'll grant you a small bonus when they get high prosperity. So now the company seems like will be playing a more important role, and they will even be able to be independent, which is interesting. We'll be able to grant them monopolies. So let's say I grant monopoly on rubber to the rubber company to make tires, of course. Will they actually like become a colony and invade Benin to capture all the rubber there so they can make the best tires in Africa? We'll see. Could be something good. But yeah, if you can give multiple charters to companies, they become more powerful, allow them to do more things, but can become a competitor because they can become a country, especially if we turn them into colony charters. So it'll be interesting also to see if the companies will still be unique per countries. So for example, if you're playing the United States and you have your own banana company, and then someone plays in Ireland and build their own banana companies, it's not the same banana companies. Hopefully, the companies will be more like entities in this patch. So the banana companies will be the banana company no matter what country you control. And they will have more influence and more power. And maybe, if they decide that, your bananas are really tasty, maybe they'll just take them by force. But yeah, that'd be interesting. And if we have prestige goods, I mean, these bananas, man. These prestige bananas, I guess they're gold plated or something, Or maybe they're the bananas NFTs from that banana game last year. Yeah, will be definitely interesting to see what's coming out with that. So definitely there's two important dev diaries that I didn't really read, of course, you know me. They talk about what was coming up in the new update, as well as a world market with autonomous trade rework, which probably most interesting part of this whole shenanigan. The diplomatic treaties, so there will be change in how diplomacy works, which is good because diplomacy is quite lacking right now. Actually, I'm not sure right now in the current version if you can even diplo and X anymore. I think the easiest way is just to diplo, puppet them, and then force their autonomy down until you can outright declare war to NX at a cheaper cost. I don't know. I haven't really used the diplomacy way because it's just not interesting in the game. Because mainly you have to fight a war at the end to conquer the other nation if it's like too big for you. And there will be frontline and military quality of life improvements, so improving in front splitting, teleportation, and more. Which it's great. It's slight improvement, but just as I mentioned previously, that's not what people gripe about with the military system. But that's fine because, you know, I'm getting old. I cannot control all these little soldiers on the map anymore. I need to not think and just click industry and buildings and more buildings. That's what I enjoy in life now. Building buildings. And we will have blockades, which is really, really good because the raid convoy that you're doing is essentially almost a blockade, right? If you raid the convoys in the English channel of the English and you successfully defeat their massive fleet that I will send to beat you, and then you sink all their convoys, well, their entire armies overseas are unsupported. So you could easily fight and defeat them at that point wherever you are. The only problem is getting a strong enough navy to beat them and sink their convoys. But if we can do blockades at key locations to control access for military and trade purposes, that's really interesting. And I know the world market, I believe the trade nodes, like the world market trade nodes, will be in the ocean. So will we be able to control certain portion of the ocean? It's weird. It's weird because let's say you block off the Istria Sea. Will you choke Austria out of the world market? I don't know. It will be interesting to see. And now we get to the part explaining, you know, what scares me the most about this update. What scares me the most with the update, and it's the mechanic pack, narrative, immersion pack, expansion pass, everything. And they do talk more about that, so we'll take a look at that right now. But they do announce that Charter of Commerce and Update 1.9 will be released on June 17th for $19.99. Which, you know, it's, I think, flat normal rate price of a DLC. So let's see what Expansion Pass 2 is. And there's still a caveat that makes it positive, I think, in the end. But let's start ranting about Expansion Pack. So first, what is Expansion Pass? Oh my god. Here we are. The new monetization model for Paradox. We're living through it right now, boys. Are you ready? Okay. So it will be Sigan expansion pass that add new range. This expansion pack includes trade ship bonus pack instant unlock, Charter of Commerce mechanics pack, so what we just overseen, National Awakening immersion pack, so a future immersion pack. It's interesting, National Awakening. I'm not sure what it will be talking about, but probably not the New World Order. And then Song of the Homeland music pack. Interesting. I don't know which homeland. That's the only question afterward. And we have the Iberian Twilight immersion pack that will come later. And, you know, I'll take a wild guess and say this immersion pack will probably be about Spain and Portugal, right? You can see I'm quite visionary here. And yes, we will get later information on each packs in the dev diaries. And if we get the expansion pass number 2 right now, we'll save 20% compared to the pack of the content sold. That individually, that's just wow. The whole package will be available for $35.97. So that does mean that the mechanic pack is the at 19.99 is half of the expansion pass. And if we look, we only have one mechanic pack, two immersion pack, a music pack, and an instant unlock pack. But yeah, so mechanic, it's a new way to ship content that people weren't buying. I assume that's what they're trying to do. Because let's face it, right? Who bought aesthetics DLCs for European Universalis 4? Nobody. Nobody did. And if you have some, you probably bought them in a package when it was 80% off or 95% off. And you just, you got it for so cheap, you'd be stupid to not buy it, right? Because you spent countless thousands of hours into a game and you don't even own every single piece of little crap they made for it. That would be shameful, right? But yeah, I guess they're trying to avoid doing that with Victoria 3. And I assume Europa Universalis, Hearts of Iron, Stellaris, whatever other game they're making now, Crusader Kings 3, they seem to be making similar decisions. I'm not quite paying attention to their other mainstream titles, but for Victoria 3, yeah, it's interesting to say the least. But we'll see. Time will tell us exactly what's going on with that. If we go into what's included now, we'll have the trade ships, so bonus trade ships. For those that want to go into expansion pass number 2 right now, you get free ships. I mean, you'd be crazy to not want free ships. You gotta pay $36 for them, but it's free ships still. We'll get a Ching Junk, a Ching Junk, and a Dapper Yellow. Beautiful. We'll get a Marmara in the Ottoman Empire color. Wow. Dashing red and white. True. Looks beautiful. We'll go get a Though Clad in Midnight Silk. This is incredible. The only thing, I'm looking at these ships. The only thing I'm wondering right now, looking at these magnificent ships, what is even the ship looking like? Right? I'm trying to think about Victoria's 3 ship that sails across the oceans. I know it exists. I know it's there. I don't know what it looks like. Is it a sailboat? Is it a steamboat? Does it change in the gameplay? To be frank, I've like hundreds of hours in Victoria 3, and I don't know. I don't know what is a ship sailing on the sea. I don't think I ever looked at it, which is just shocking now that I think about it. Right? I never look at the ship. I look at the cities, right? I look at Paris, the Eiffel Tower, I look at New York, the Statue of Liberty, but I never looked at the ships driving the entire economy, the entire market, world market, every trade that you're doing. Those little ships are boop, 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 rowing down the oceans for you, and I never look at them. I never paid attention to them. That's just shocking. I swear to God, next time I boot Victoria 3, I'm gonna take a look at these ships because I want to know what they look like now. Because if I get free ships, might I will know what you're replacing them. And then we'll get some more information about National Awakening. So, that's so sweet. It'll be Austrian internal content. Yes, gotta love that. Hungarian flavor. Yeah, we're gonna get Austria-Hungary back, boys. And then we got a Pottercade of Europe. Oh no. I gotta admit, right? When I think about Victoria 3, the Balkans, the Balkans are basically just like a couple of mini countries talking between Austria and the Ottoman Empire. And both Austria and the Ottomans are so stable. It's just incredible. They're so stable. They never explode. They never break apart. They're just like from day one to the last day of last year, nothing changed. It's just so stable. It seems like a beautiful place to live. The Balkans in the 19th century, at least in Victoria 3. I will not try in real life. And yes, so we'll get Yugoslavia and Illyria carving out their borders. That will be interesting, really. I think it will be a nice shake-up of mainland Europe, because in Victoria 3, there's nothing going on in Europe most of the time, outside of Germany, of course, but the rest of Europe, I don't even recall looking at that area in the game ever, because nothing changes. And we'll get Songs of the Homeland. Oh, brand new music. That will be great. I mean, it's free if you pay $36. You'd be stupid and not want the music. And then we get Iberian Twilight. It will be about Spain, Portugal, and other. Oh, one Iberia. Unite the peninsula under your rule. New art. New building units model. That's actually quite nice. It's one of these packs, right? It's a flavor pack. It's immersion pack, as they say in the expansion pass 2. But yeah, it's the kind of thing that they'll put a little bit of narrative content. They will put like a little bit of journal entry to push you toward a certain objective, just like they did with the French DLC. And it includes Spain, Portugal, so it'll be like semi important stuff to do, semi possible stuff to do. But I don't know. I mean, if it's free for $36, I think that's a great deal, right? So think about it, right? We got the Charter of Commerce, free. We got Trade Ships, free. We got National Awakening Immersion Pack, free. And we got Songs of the Homeland Music Pack, free. And the Iberian Twilight Immersion Pack, free. And all of that free if you pay $36. It's actually the greatest deal in gaming ever. So what's next? We'll get more information about Charter of Commerce until June 17th. And one interesting thing, I just got my eye. Where is it? I don't know. But oh, it's right there. It's Q4 2025. So the expansion pass is from today, April, until the end of the year. So, $40. I mean, $36. You get free content for the rest of the year. One thing I really, really dislike, and a lot of large gaming companies are doing that right now, is that they're selling you that. Like, I understand, right? I have videos about me pre-ordering Victoria 3, so bear with me, right? I'm that kind of guy. I pre-ordered the game. Like, I've pre-ordered every Paradox game in the last 12 years, except Crusader Kings 3. And I still own it, by the way. But, it's, how can I put it? It's like they sell you a finished product, right? So when I bought Earths of Iron 4, I knew I had a finished product coming in, right? I knew what it will be. I knew it will be shit, but they would later fix it. It will be the greatest fucking game in the world. That's what I bought for $100 something in my local currency. But with these expansion pass, I mean, look, bro, would you have buy an expansion pass for Imperator Rome? Of course not. You would not have do that. And not the reason that you don't like the game. I played Imperator Rome. I pre-ordered Imperator Rome. And I played it at release. And I played it through like the no DLCs that came out. And, it was a letdown. But imagine if you had purchased a DLC pack. If they announced a expansion pass for 2020, right? You purchase it. They put one mechanic pack out. Whatever it does, right? Like, let's say a slave rework. And then, they realized, well, it's not selling. It's not selling as good as we thought it would be. So now they promise you a music pack, which probably is the easiest part of the lot to do. And then they had 2 immersion packs, so like a British and a German pack for Imperator Rome. What would you do, right? What would you do? Like, you wouldn't know at that point. The game sold badly. The expansion pass sold badly. You know that after they realized that their main game meat piece to sell you a $36 DLC didn't work, that they won't put any effort in the rest. So that's what I dislike about expansion packs. You're not buying finished product. You're buying something that, it's very possible a Iberian Twilight Immersion Pack today as it stands. That's the entire folder. Right, so that's what they did up to now. because they have to work on Charter of Commerce until June, and then they'll have 6 months to pump out through immersion pack. So yeah, you should rate it up. But I mean, I don't know. It's surprising. Wait a minute. There will be a new ultimate bundle. Wow, look at that. I just realized, looking at Steam after all that rant, new expansion pass on the little thumbnail here, and all they show is like the ships, right? So 50 Canadian dollar for ships. Free ships though. You know, you just gotta pay $50 and you get free ships, free mechanic packs, free immersion pack, free music pack, free immersion pack. God, what has this world become? Oh my god. Actually, it's pretty great. I mean, I can't wait. I'm gonna buy it right now. Hopefully you've enjoyed this a quick rant about Victoria 3 expansion pass number 2. And if you did, make sure to drop a little comment on how you're dealing with that and what you think about it. And will you be buying this? Will you be investing your money and purchasing the expansion pass number 2, just like I'll be doing? And if you did, make sure to drop a like and comment, and make sure to subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.